Hi everyone, my name's Selina Khunkhuna and I am Service Manager for the Let's Talk Wellbeing IAP service in the Nottingham Healthcare Trust. I joined the Trust in September 2020 and I've been invited to share my thoughts on why pride is important to me. I'm bisexual, openly bisexual, and I think pride is, a kind of a gay person's Christmas, as it were, in terms of a time for us to celebrate our diversity, promote our inclusivity, and a time to really reflect on the journey of a lot of those who maybe have faced adversity or discrimination based on their sexuality. Pride for me is something that I've only really sort of been a part of for the last sort of 10 years or so. I am someone who struggled to come to terms with my own sexuality until I was in my sort of early 20s, and then went on my own personal journey to discover who I am, but not just that, to be able to have a voice and actually tell people that this is how I identified and this is how I, wanted to live my life. I struggled, I think, in part coming from an Asian background, coming from a community where there was no one in my family who identified as gay, bi, or any other sort of preference, really. And I therefore knew I was putting my head above the pulpit in coming out as the first person in the family to do that. Fortunately for me, I think my struggle with my sexuality was the biggest thing to overcome, because for the rest of my family, it was almost an anticlimax. They already knew. They've been incredibly supportive of me, and I consider myself to be one of the lucky ones in that I have had that support from the family from the off, really. I think pride is important in the workplace, in terms of promoting diversity and inclusivity, but also promoting an sort of an organisation which doesn't discriminate. I've got some facts and figures to sort of outline what I'm sort of referring to. But in the UK, more than 1/3 of LGBT staff have hidden that they are LGBT at work for the fear of discrimination. 1 out of 10 BAME LGBT employees have been physically attacked by customers or colleagues in the last year. And we know from these figures that discrimination can exist and does exist in some organisations. And what we want to do as a trust is support those who may be struggling with their own sexuality, but also celebrate those people, celebrate the right to be visible, the right to be themselves and yourself, and create a safe place for those employees and even patients, really, that you are free to be yourself. On a wider scale, I think pride, is educational. It gives people the chance to not only celebrate where we've come to, but where we still need to go. So I believe there's 68 countries in the world currently that still ban sex between same sexes. 12 of those countries impose the death penalty. And just as an example, 1/3 of the towns and cities within Poland are self-declared LGBT-free zones. So although we are, as a country, in a good place, worldwide there is still work to do, and I hope that everybody reflects on that when celebrating Pride this year. And I just want to wish everybody and LGBT allies as well a happy Pride this year, and like I said, a time for reflection. Thank you.